Now I'd like to talk a little further about drawing and perception. It's not what you see, it's how you're looking at it. And it's not what you're looking at, it's how you see it. You know, the world is upside down, you know. Oh, actually, this illustration has a lot to do with perception, obviously. And one of the things that I wanted to illustrate with this a globe is transparency. And another thing I wanted to illustrate was gravity. You know, when you go way out, it doesn't matter. There's no up or down. It just spins on its axis. Oh, I have a whole lesson on spinning on your axis. This also illustrates intuition, right? Intuition, clairvoyance, getting inside to see the other side. You know. Oh, I better put it that way. Maybe that's the way it goes. That's the whole point. Which way does it go? I learned that doing abstract art. Abstract art was vital in expanding and expounding my perceptions, as well as my techniques and my being familiar with certain elements of painting and materials and of course color. I have a whole demonstration on abstracts. It's really a hoot. I had so many interesting scenarios doing abstracts, commissions I'll talk about. But right now, this texture weave, this binary that I had finished the last segment, I talked about this binary. So I have a binary of height and length, and I have a binary of dark and light, and I have this binary of this texture of these peaks and these valleys coming through this canvas weave. And this was really fascinating because what I started to do was I started to kind of see this. So I'm drawing like this, but I'm seeing this. So in other words, what I'm drawing, I'm not seeing. I'm moving the pencil around. I have a dark stylus, and I'm moving it on a white cloth. But the valleys in that weave are dictating visions, let's say. Really, stuff appears, and it's fun. That's all. It's a Rorschach. They used to have a psychiatric test where they'd do ink blots. And the psychiatrist would ask you, you know, what do you see? And Sally would see roses, and Sarah would see death or something. Yeah. Well, abstract paintings are Rorschach. So is the globe upside down, or seeing through it. These are just interesting subjects that I like to explore with art. And clairvoyance is one of them. And of course, this perception business that goes on, I learned it from dealing with canvas, from going on canvas and seeing what showed up as I glazed across these weaves. Now you can see it here. There's a little hydroplane there. I'm demonstrating relativity with. You can see the weave. And it looks like a screen. Because there's emptiness, you know. You can do Zen. Well, you can, it's the same principle. Rests in music. Do you think you'd have any music without little spaces in between? And that goes into the culture and our lifestyles and everything else. You have to have gaps and rests and space and light. I have a lot of light coming through on this canvas. It was really fascinating. So that's why I became very enamored with it. Because it was a lot easier to draw and conceptualize when there were gaps. And I don't mean the clothing store. This is a demonstration of stop action photography. The Greeks, the ancient Greeks, were wondering, where's the now? Does an arrow flow? And how do you cut up time? A 16th of a second, a 32nd of a second, a 64th, and it expounds. But they were doing that 2,000 years before they invented the movie camera. They were called thought experiments. That's what I'm doing here. That's what I do with art. So when this binary code came through on this canvas weave, well, stuff showed up. Particle wave, E equals MC. We'll get to it in a minute.